Drake is one of those guys that makes the music that, but he's a hybrid because he's a hip hop artist at the same time. So he can deliver both I think when they recognize you as a hip hop talent, you can bridge to other things. But when you are R&B, you're R&B.
Hey, yo,
you know what I mean?
who would have thunk it, man?
Huh? Big money.
In the ghosty, man.
Terrible.
No Casper, man.
No Casper.
Drake is a smart guy for making the record, and he helps it work fast. It works faster because his connection to it grows. And then, like right now, Drake is a darling at radio. 10 years now, and he's a smart enough guy to identify with who's coming. You'll see a record, Drake featuring, he'll jump on that song with them, and it reboots his energy.
Right.
And it never felt like he needed anything.
Almost. What have you done so far? In the words of that infamous Puff Daddy, do you, be you, get off the phone, get off the computer, and go do something, man. For real. Yeah.
Yo, I hope y'all taking those notes. Johnny, you got something? Look at this guy showing up. This guy showing up. Yo, man, that's it. Johnny, say something to the people before I take my shirt off.
Hey, y'all better eat good. Y'all better drink water and mind your business.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say.
Look, I'm gonna let you know. All that resolution stuff is great. All that mental talk to yourself is great. But what you gotta do on the first, you gotta get up, you gotta go actually do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. So, I linked with my man, and we're in here getting it done. You know what time it is.
2019,
January 1st. The first opportunity to do all those things you told yourself you were gonna do, go get it.
Put action.
Yes.
Put action to it. From the king himself. Oh my.
Drake, you did the same thing twice now. You mentioned Virginia Williams or whatever, Pusha T's wife, and you saw that the gloves off, and we saw what happened. You mentioned Whitney, and Kendrick Lamar's wife name is Whitney. You have to be prepared for anything.
So Drake's baby mama, Sophie Brousseau, the woman who claimed the OVO star got her pregnant last year, is currently a painter selling artwork through her own website, but she previously was the video vixen doing softcore porn under the names Rosie Divine and French Rosebud.
You said you're open about porn. What type of porn are you watching? What is your thing?
Top.
Wow. Holy.
Highest tier of top givers. That's really what
I see.
Consistently, like on a daily basis.
I think that we have a connection that's established for life. And, that is that, I love her and support her unconditionally. And I like to think that she feels the same way. Whenever...
Still fancy her, though?
Do I fancy her? Of course. I mean, who wouldn't? Look at her. She's stunning. Of course I do. Yeah, no, she's incredible. But, it's one of those things that it's a maybe one day, maybe not.
I'm 20. She is an amazing woman that made me feel nervous, man. She made me feel small. She's an overwhelming being. Like, she's beautiful and talented, and her personality is like, it's almost like scary. And for the first time, a woman just brought back that feeling of when I was 17 or 18, and I appreciate it so much.
He's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. We just texted each other the other day, and he was like, I miss you so much. I was like, I miss you more. He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited, yeah.
You and Drake? That's awesome. That's awesome.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
That stays in the text messages.
But most of all, we love the woman who hasn't changed since day one. She's someone I've been in love with since I was 22 years old.
I've been paying attention to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. And the only thing that I cared about is what he has been exposing about Drake. You shouldn't trust him around your children. He's a pedophile. And then Kendrick Lamar said in his diss, he has a secret. There's a lot of weird, shady going on. And he's talking about the industry. And he's talking about these celebrities. I keep telling you. And this whole Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef is a huge distraction from what's going on and happening right now in the world. We aren't in the end times. We're living in the last days. How you won't accept that? But this whole Drake, these little snippets of these guys just battling, it's just causing controversies, word for word, back and forth, just to keep you distracted from what's really happening, what's really going on. The Bible being banned. Freeing my speech up, getting the tape away slowly and slowly, day by day. The New Testament is banned. And it says, be aware. Don't trust them around your children, underage children. And as you can know, as you can see, he's been dating underage girls in the first place. Don't trust them around your daughter. He already wear fingernail polish. He already looks like a girl. I told you. Drake is moving. Y'all gotta work it out. And Kendrick Lamar is no good in his damn self. Not no more. They're all a distraction. They're all gonna burn it out. If I'm distracting you, then I'll lead you anywhere except to hell. Take her or leave it.
Y'all thought P. Diddy was the only person whose empire is crumbling, and think again, baby. People are finally starting to talk about Drake and his infatuation with minors.
So I'm from Canada, so obviously I wanted, Drake to win. But if I'm being real with you, bro, growing up in high school, 16, 17, 18, having a crush on the baddest girl in your school, and then seeing her post at Drake's mansion every single time, seeing Drake in the follows, you don't know how demoralizing that is to a young teenage boy in Canada. So if I'm gonna be real, I've been waiting for this guy's downfall for a minute. I'm gonna still bump his music because that shit goes crazy, but this is for the younger generation. They don't have to deal with that bullshit no more.
I mean, she gives me inspiration, but it more comes in the form of, like when we dance, she just presses up against me a little extra hard,
Me and Drake, nah.
A little bit.
No, we weren't. Never, no.
Aubrey is over there sneak dissing her in his little record. Rihanna is living her best life, looking hydrated, moisturized, rich.
It's not confirmed, but with all these things adding up, I think Jersey was taking a couple shots at Riri.
But he has the kind of spirit, and he could pretend to be tough, but deep down, he's oh my gosh,
Rihanna, what's up, man? She came through and gassed me on that record, gassed me on my own song or whatnot, man. So this record, it really belongs to her, real talk. So, yeah, come over here, man, talk about it.
Well, thank you, Kendrick, for giving me this incredible opportunity to be on such a great record. I love this record, and I'm honored to do this with you. Congrats, you deserve this, man.
I wish I could fuck every girl in the world. I wish I could fuck every girl in the world. I wish I could fuck every girl in the world. Maybe not every girl in the world. Maybe every girl in Toronto. Shout out to Rihanna.
First off, this nigga like went on a date with an 18-year-old. It's a little creepy, but it's cool. She 18, whatever. It's weird, but it's legal. All right, bro. She was born in 2000. How the fuck is this flipped up with her in 2016 laying up? And then as soon as she turned 18. this Drake is pre-ordering bitches, bro. He's dead ass pre-ordering, bro. And this what, May 5th, 2016? Linked her a week after she turned 16. She basically freshly 16, bro. Like, God, like, what is this shit, bro? Bro, this shit, like, actually blew me when I seen this, bro. Is that your GOAT? That's the thing, bro. He's still, like, he is my GOAT, but I can't co-sign this, bro. Like, this is crazy.
Drake has not been completely abandoned, despite receiving a lot of negative feedback from the hip-hop community and losing the battle with Kendrick Lamar. During a recent trip to Toronto, 50 Cent revealed that he and Drake are working together on an undisclosed project. However, unlike Dr., 50 Cent is not a native of the West Coast. Since Dre has a lot of connections there, followers of Kendrick Lamar have accused him of forsaking the culture and trolling. During his meeting with Drake, 50 Cent wore a LA hat instead of his typical NYC cap, which caught fans off guard and sparked rumors about the message he was trying to get over to the West Coast. While some think 50 is just being his typical nasty self, others are suggesting that Drake may be making fun of Rick Ross in an unrelated way that has nothing to do with Kendrick or the West Coast. Although fans continue to criticize 50 Cent's behavior, it is unlikely that Kendrick Lamar is particularly bothered with 50 Cent's associations. This is especially true in light of the continuing debate over Drake's alleged contempt for Tupac and the West Coast. Drake shared a picture of his new automobile, which looks a lot like the one Tupac was shot in, on the same day that he visited with 50. Drake posted yet another selfie the following day, wearing a Tupac tee this time. His connection with 50 has left fans feeling uneasy and questioning about his loyalty to Dr. Dre. It is possible that their partnership is solely for business purposes, but it is not like 50 Cent needs Drake to grow his already prosperous empire. What then is 50 Cent's motivation for collaborating with Drake? Is he just playing the long game and #mocking Rick Ross at the same time? Or is he supporting Drake's contentious attitude against the West Coast by standing with him? Let us analyze this circumstance. Even though the rap community appears to be siding with Kendrick Lamar over Drake, 50 Cent is not allowing this feud to get in the way of his business transactions. Champagne and I shall do this. Poppy are going to start recording. This will take up the most space on your resume. Moreover, 50 and Drake are seen laughing together over drinks in a video that's going viral on the internet. It is obvious that 50 Cent wants to increase his influence. This project with Drake might touch on Drake's experience as an actor and producer, or it might even involve a Top Boy crossover. It is also possible that 50 Cent is merely mocking his former enemy, Rick Ross, by getting involved in the Drake-Kendrick fight. 50 made fun of Ross just a month ago, after he was attacked in Vancouver for performing Not Like Us. Kendrick supporters are not pleased, even if 50 is teaming up with Drake to make fun of Rick Ross. They claim that 50 is deliberately stirring up conflict and insulting Kendrick and the West Coast as a whole. There is more to the Drake versus Kendrick's battle than just a competition to see who can rhyme better. Drake has been accused of being a culture vulture for years. Recently, he added fuel to the fire by openly showing scorn for West Coast giants such as Tupac. Given the rumors circulating about Drake's OVO group, some fans think he could as well collaborate with Diddy next. A lot of fans also call out 50, saying he is a sellout and that there is a thin line between being a smart businessman and being completely unprincipled in what you do for money. People are also curious about how 50 Cent was found by the doctor. Drake can be at ease hanging out with someone who has regularly belittled the West Coast. It is evident that this feud is about more than simply Drake and Kendrick. It expresses the dissatisfaction of the hip-hop community with Drake's actions, which many perceive as cultural vultures. The way Drake treats West Coast legends is driving these feelings to a breaking point. Drake first declared in push-ups that he was more popular in Los Angeles than Kendrick Lamar. Then, in tailor-made freestyle, he raised the ante by referencing Andre while using the fake AI-generated voices of Snoop Dogg and Tupac. Drake's purchase of Tupac's renowned ring has already created a storm. Therefore, the West Coast was not going to ignore this. Tupac's family was quite vocal about their disdain, denouncing Drake for using the AI voice to denigrate Tupac's legacy. As a result, Drake had to take the custom-made freestyle down from his social media accounts. Drake's unapproved use of Tupac Shakur's voice, according to Tupac's lawyer Howard E. King, was a flagrant infringement of both the estate's legal rights and Tupac's publicity rights. King stressed that this usage would never have been authorized by the estate. The fact that close friend of the estate, Kendrick Lamar, has continuously respected Tupac's legacy in both public and private only served to heighten the insult. Drake, nevertheless, did not seem to be fazed. With his Kendrick diss hit, Family Matters. He proceeded to incite the West Coast by rapping, "You know who really buying asset manager swag?" Many on the West Coast were incensed by this statement, especially since Drake had already received a warning from YG, a Compton native and member of Kendrick's crew, to keep his name out of any feuds. YG rapped on his song, "Do Not Ever Mention My Name When There Is Smoke." YG had proven his allegiance to Kendrick by standing beside him during his June Inglewood event. YG not only performed during DJ Mustard's performance, but he was also spotted dancing to Kendrick's song, "Not Like Us." Drake persisted in his criticism in Family Matters, claiming, "Do not even go back to your hood and plant no money trees," and accused Kendrick of not contributing to his community. Nevertheless, this charge is untrue because Kendrick has always given back to Compton, often without asking for notice. For instance, he showed his dedication to his community without drawing attention to himself by discreetly giving money to his high school alma mater. Kendrick was surprised that anyone even knew about his unassuming kindness until Noisy mentioned it in an interview. But Kendrick made it clear that his efforts went beyond token gestures, saying that his true goal is to spread optimism throughout his community. "It goes deeper than merely losing people here," he said. "It is about encouraging positivism among the community. From this point on, allow me to share my tale and others. This area forces you to adjust, and it opens people's eyes to a fresh viewpoint, introducing Compton to a different side of the world right here in our neighborhood." The surprising thing is that Drake is not giving up. Drake posted a number of pictures on his Instagram story while in Toronto hanging out with 50 Cent, one of which had him posing in front of a black BMW. Fans saw right once that the vehicle matched the one in which Tupac was fatally shot in 1996. Just to be clear, Drake did not buy the automobile that Tupac was driving. Celebrity Cars Las Vegas is still holding an auction for that vehicle. Fans, however, think Drake's vehicle choice was a subdued statement that he is not scared of Kendrick's admonitions about disrespecting Tupac and the West Coast. Although it might sound extreme, fans of Drake are aware that this is typical of his approach. On Instagram, he enjoys leaving clever subliminal messages. For example, Drake shared a fresh mirror photo just a day after hanging out with 50 Cent, clad in a green airbrushed Tupac, "Only God Can Judge Me" t-shirt and shimmering emerald Timberland boots. It is confusing that Drake still uses Tupac's image to make fun of Kendrick and the West Coast, even though Tupac's family and estate have made it apparent that they disapprove. Moreover, 50 Cent, the protege of Dr. Dre, was present in Toronto as Drake stirred things up once more by making fun of the West Coast perception of Tupac. 50 Cent has shown unwavering loyalty to the people that helped launch his career. Dr. Dre even joined Kendrick on stage at the Pop-Out event in Inglewood, having openly supported him during his dispute with Drake. In addition to introducing Kendrick's first ever live performance of "Not Like Us," they sang #CaliforniaLove, None, with Dre supporting Kendrick and 50 Cent siding with Drake, who is publicly disparaging the West Coast. Many are wondering what Dre thinks of this new partnership. What is Dre's opinion on 50 Cent collaborating with an individual who has shown such disdain for the West Coast? Some fans claim that 50 Cent has always been about business and contend that it is not a big issue. "I'm so tired of people acting like everyone has to pick sides," a commenter said. "Let go of that crap from the streets." Drake and 50 hit $1 million. They are not dwelling on small disputes. Many others, on the other hand, think that 50 is a sellout and find his timing odd. 50 Cent is a snitch and a sellout, a fan commented. "It is him who rejoiced when Rick Ross was jumped by Hell's Angels. Let us use 50 Cent as the next example," another added. "I have had enough of his shows. There is no culture above anybody." What are your thoughts on 50 Cent and Drake working together? Do fans tend to overreact, or is 50 truly going to sell out? Comment with your ideas and make sure to see the next video.